It was chilly last night. My water bottle was frozen this morning when we came outside, but we have the best fire pit in all of Mexico right here, and it was easy to get fire started from the coals.
I slept great, but it was kind of cold last night. I gotta admit, when I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I just wanted to crawl right back in my sleeping bag, which I did, and then proceeded to sleep for about 3 or 4 more hours. And got some hot AeroPress coffee coming up next. There are a lot of big trees here. Some of them have fallen down and they've cut them up to use for firewood, which is really nice for us. There's lots of really nice campsites up here with fire rings built into the ground and these huge piles of wood.
This is not what you think of when you think of Baja.
No, not at all. 8,000 feet up in the pine forest. That's about to change because in this episode, we're going down the mountain and we're gonna go back and ride on the ocean.
Love it. I can't wait. It's gonna be so much warmer tonight.
This is so fun being out here in the forest. Look at this. Wow, it's ice. There's snow down there. It's frozen in the ground. I can't really grab it, but I'll show you. We're up here in the snowy elevations. Firewood for days up here. Some of these trees are really big. Look at the size of this tree. This was a monster. It's got to be 5 feet in diameter. Holy cow.
I want to see if one of them will eat out of my hand. Mission accomplished.
We've got about 10 miles to go to get up to the observatory. So we're gonna head up in that direction and see how far we can make it. Looks like this is the end of the road. They've got it blocked off here, so we're not gonna be able to go any farther. Just what it is. Looks like this is the end of the road. Well, they've obviously got the road closed off. There's a couple of military men in their fatigues and their machine guns over there. So we'll just turn around and we'll head back down and say we made it as far as we could go. Pretty cool. I would say we're about 5 miles from the tippy top, and we'll just have to save that for another day. We're just about to leave through the gate back at the campground, heading out now. It's all downhill from here. We should have some really nice sweeping panoramic views coming up. Now we're out of the forest and back into the open. You can see for miles and miles and miles all the way out to the Pacific Ocean over there. This is great. Thumbs up on this road.
It's calling me. Like the rainbow. It's calling me. Like the rainbow.
Oh, what a lovely stretch of asphalt. Twists and turns for miles. Some of these guardrails you can see have been knocked off the side of the road. Like this one right here. Somebody went over the edge. There's the road meandering off in the distance. We're down to about 5,000 feet of elevation now. We slept at about 8,000 feet last night. We should be down at the ocean in about an hour or so. Well, we're back down to 2,000 feet now, and it's definitely warmed up. Quite a difference in temperature from the top of the mountains to down here. And pretty soon we'll be down to 0 feet of elevation. We'll be down at sea level in less than an hour. I wonder if we're going to be able to see the ocean pretty soon. It's off there in the distance somewhere. All right, we just had a great lunch. Now we're going to get back on the Highway 1 for a few minutes and then find a place to ride down on the beach. I was just telling Eva you have to be really careful riding on this Highway 1 because it's not like riding in the backcountry and those more rural, remote roads. There's a lot of traffic on this road, a lot of trucks, a lot of hazards to be aware of. They grow tomatoes here. San Quintin, the town that we are in or around, is the world's largest producer of tomatoes. Also strawberries and cucumbers. This is a big agricultural area here. We should be getting out to the coast pretty soon, and it's also known for its seafood. And I love me some fish tacos. Okay, we're getting off the main road and we're heading out towards the ocean now. Oyster shells.
Hey Sterling.
Yeah.
This really soft stuff is gonna be out of my league, but if you want to ride it, we can meet in the next town down the street.
No, I don't want to split up.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, I don't want you to not have fun because I don't.
No.
Like, I think that's gonna just kick my ass.
Yeah, I do too. I was hoping it would just be a little easier to get right on the beach. But maybe not this road, maybe we find another one. Well, those sand dunes were a little more than Eva wanted to tackle in order to get out to the beach. And I know she probably would have a pretty difficult time getting up and through them on her big bike, with such is the way it is. So we'll just return here through the little oyster field, and we'll go back down the highway some more and get back down along the ocean a little further down the road. Totally okay. We're just in explorer mode. Now we're on another road out to the coast. We left Highway 1 around San Quintin. Organic produce. That's what the sign said back there. Look at as far as the eye can see. Wow. What is it growing?
It's all organic.
It's all organic. Everywhere we look, all around us, organic vegetables growing on the side of the road. This is really cool. This is a serious organic agriculture business up here. We should see the Pacific Ocean pretty quickly. And there she is. I'm just not sure where we're going. Weren't we looking for some restaurant or something?
This is the road that I was thinking of that had the restaurant on it.
So we took a little bit of a wrong turn once again and ended up going down through this really agricultural area. You can see all of these hothouses, these growing structures. The things you see when you take a wrong turn. And here we are back at the ocean once again. That's what I love about Baja. You're never too far away from the ocean. No matter how far you go inland, you don't get that far away from it, or you come out on the other side, you come to the other side of the ocean. It's almost like an island. Bahia de San Quintin. Looks like there's some oyster farms down here. There's a little seafood restaurant there. There's some fishing boats over here, kayak rental, camping, seafood, bathrooms. Here's a sign, oysters for sale. Lots of oyster farms out here, out in this bay. You can see this harbor out here with all the oyster pens out there. Well, I'm not sure if we've made it to the ocean or not yet today. I feel like we've made it down to the ocean 3 or 4 times, but we haven't been able to actually get down to the ocean and ride on the beach yet. But it's just right over there. I think we're pretty close. I think the 3rd or the 4th time is a charm here. We just rode through this area where there's all these oyster fields out in the flatlands down here. So that's one of the specialties of this area. In addition to tomatoes, cucumbers, strawberries, it's an area known for oyster production and seafood. And there's some cool little seafood shacks on the side of the road out here on this peninsula. We're on a really rugged dirt road. And by rugged, I mean it's just really washboarded and bumpy. I might let some of the air out of my tires and just smooth things out a little bit. And right behind me here and all over the ground is this volcanic rock, because these are volcanoes. These hills around here, they're volcanoes. How cool is that? So we are down in San Quintin. That's the bay behind me where they harvest the oysters. We're heading out to a little remote fishing village maybe. I'm not quite sure what's up ahead, but it's called La Chorrera. And it's just around the bend here, and maybe we'll find a place to camp out there tonight, get a good seafood dinner. But check this place out. This is an old volcano right here, and the Bay of San Quintin is behind me, and this dirt track that we're riding along the coast of the Pacific here. Awesome, just awesome. So I have to be honest and say I've never used one of these selfie sticks before. This is kind of a first for me. It feels kind of weird, but I think it's getting the job done. It's kind of a cool angle. So I'm not sure if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down yet, but I'm having fun with it. One of the things I had to consider before going on this trip was that I'm not allowed to fly my drone down here in Mexico. It's against the law. The only way you can fly a drone in Mexico is if you're a Mexican national and have the necessary permit. So for me to launch and fly my drone, even though I probably could get away with it, it's not within the realm of Mexican law. And I want to be a good visitor to their country. I'm a guest here, and so as much as it breaks my heart not to get some awesome drone shots, I'm not going to do it. That said, my alternative was to purchase another GoPro. Try that out. I haven't really used the GoPros for much more than just a helmet mount, so I'm trying out this this new style of multiple GoPros and vlogging. We'll see how it works. Let's see what it looks like. Eva's out on a point here overlooking the ocean, taking some photos. Somebody made this nice little observation platform out here. What a commanding view. Volcanoes behind me, and the road heading down to the ocean in this direction where we're headed next. Looks like quite a few people live out here, or else have their vacation homes out here. Well, this is about as close as we've been to the ocean today. I don't know that Eva necessarily wants to go down in this one. You probably don't want to. So this is what the ocean looks like out here by San Vicente. Just beautiful. Look at all these tracks going down the sand dunes here. It's pretty sandy. Of course, this is Baja, so if you're going to be riding around out here, you definitely have to deal with some sand, some steep hills with sand, but not too bad, eh?
So we made it to the beach and then it got real darn sandy. So we turned around and now we're just queued up to figure out what happens with the last hour of our day before sunset. So we'd love to get some cold beers, we'd love to find some food, and we'd love to find a place to camp. So I think we can accomplish all three of those in the next hour or so.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna turn around and head back the way we came. Maybe stop at one of those oyster bars along the way and find some place that's still open as the sun goes down, and then pitch a tent, call it a day. We could camp out here. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but all we really have to eat are some ramen noodles, and it's hard to pass up these fresh seafood stands out here by the ocean. So that's kind of why we're heading back in that direction, maybe to get a good dinner, and then hopefully we'll find a good place to camp too, because it would be pretty nice camping out here by the ocean. I think we're in luck. We only had to drive about 5 miles and we found Mariscos Alvaro's seafood. That's pretty awesome. Like, we didn't even go 5 miles.
No, we went
maybe
like 5 minutes.
Like 5 minutes down the road, we found this place. So we might be spending the night right here.
Well, I think this is just perfect. I feel like this is just what happens when you're traveling and you just stay open. I feel like as soon as you get yourself like hard and fast and we got to do a thing, it doesn't work out this way. And when you're just like, okay, let's just go to the first open place that we find, here we are. And we have an awesome little campsite next to a restaurant full of fish and beer.
These are the gems of travel, when you are open and flexible and just let things work out. And it's so freaking beautiful here right now.
So
these waves are rolling in and these fishermen down here. But I'm so stoked because a few minutes ago we were out in the sand dunes wondering where we're gonna sleep, what we're gonna eat, if we're even gonna be able to buy a beer or anything. And then we ride a few minutes later, we come to this spot and they have everything we need. The restaurant is open as late as we want. They have cold beers. She was gonna set us up in the house that's for rent over there, but honestly, I'd rather camp right here and look at the ocean all night. So
I gotta go take a picture. It's so gorgeous. Let me add this video. I gotta go take pictures.
I'd say this is just about a picture perfect sunset out here. Super, super beautiful. Wow, so good.
Let's get some tequila in it.
Los tacos de pescado van a tardar poquito porque como nos comentó que era alérgica.
I got shrimp tostadas and shrimp tacos for dinner tonight. Not a bad way to end our third day of riding in Baja. What a great day it was. We started up at 8,000 feet on top of the mountain in the pine forest and rode back down here to the ocean looking for a place to camp, and boy, we sure lucked out on this one. Or I don't think we actually lucked out. I think we just can kind of expect that down here.
I know, that's just how it is. It always just works out as long as you stay open to the flow of things. Just whenever you're traveling, like as long as you don't force it and try and like make some sort of hard and fast deadline or have some hard expectations about something, that's when like the magic things just happen. Like awesome little seafood shacks by the ocean surrounded by dogs and awesome camping.
And that said, we were prepared to camp out in the middle of nowhere. You got to be prepared if you're going to be flexible, because that's what allows you to be flexible. But if we decided to camp out last night, it would have been ramen noodles and water. And it was kind of hard to pass up an opportunity to stay at a little seafood shack with some really good food. So anyways, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you next time.